Good morning. In the previous class, we have completed our first lesson, which is Unit 2 Self Management Skill 2 Stress Management Techniques. Now, today we are going to start from Unit 3, Part A Basic ICT Skills 2, Chapter 1 Operating System. We all are know about that operating system, and we are already working in operating systems. So, in this chapters, we are known what is the operating systems, why the operating systems need, and then there is a different type of operating systems available nowadays. So basic introduction about the OS. A computer system is made up of two main components, which is hardware and software. Hardware is a machinery and software is a collection of programs that make the hardware perform. Computer hardware is of no use without the software. But have you ever thought which of the components control and manages the whole computer system, and also let us use the computer system? How are we able to interact with all the hardware and software of the computer system? Well, the answer is through an OS. So let's learn about a deeply knowledge about the operating system. Let's start it. An operating system is a collection of programs that manages and controls the two major components of a computer system, that is hardware and software. A computer hardware is of no use if we do not install the essential operating systems software in the computer. For example, the school principal is the main authority and controller of the whole school. She or he is the one who manages all the operations, which is working and resources of the entire school. In the same manner, operating system act as manager of all the resources of the computer system and allocates them to the specific programs. Second one is why we need for an operating system. An operating system is a software component of a computer system that is responsible for the management and coordination of all its activities. It shares the resources of the computer. It acts as a host for the application program that run on that machine. As a host, one of the main purpose of an OS is to handle the details of the operations of the hardware system. This relieves the application program from having to manage these details and makes it to easier to write the application. All the computers use as OS of a same type. Here, see in this figure, an operating system acts as a bridge between a user and a computer system. There is a multiple user are using the different type of software, but all these softwares are interact with the OS, and operating systems interact with the hardware devices like CPU, RAM, and input output devices. It actually provides an interface through which a user can interact with and also use the computer hardware and software. Here, nowadays in the market there is a different type of operating system available, that is Unix, MS-DOS, Mac OS, Windows, Linux, and Palm OS and Pocket PC. So first one is a Unix operating system. A unique operating system is a multi-user and a multitasking operating system. It's also a command line user interface, which is known as CLI, because there is a no graphical displays are there, like a start menu or different type of shortcut icons are there. It's only a command line like DOS. We have to input via command only, and we to interact with the via command only. Next one, a Unix has several versions, but they lack interoperability. And these operating systems are known as network operating system. Second one is Microsoft DOS, which is stand for Microsoft Disk Operating System. It is also a single user and single tasking at a time. We can only do a one task only in this operating system. It is also a command line user. MS-DOS has been replaced by Microsoft Windows operating system. And nowadays we are using as a DOS base of the operating system. And it is also known as the desktop OS. Next one, Mac OS. Mac operating systems are basically for the specially designing for the Apple computer system. It is also a two major categories in this operating system: single user and multitasking. These operating systems are graphical user interface supporting and has easy to use with the help of GUI, because same as Windows, there are a start menu, icons, applications, programs, all are defined as a graphical view. It is also a desktop operating system. Fourth one is widely used in the world, Windows operating system by Microsoft company. There is also two variants of this operating system: single user and multitasking. It has also a graphical user interface, and the first true Microsoft Windows operating system is Microsoft Windows 95, and this is also a desktop operating system. Next operating system are Linux. Linux, a multi-user and multitasking operating system. It has also two variants: command line user interface and graphical user interface too. And Linux is an open source software. It means you can download Linux operating system free of cost from the internet or it's a website, because it's a one type of the community all over the world. And there is a many different type of Linux available on the internet, like Ubuntu, Fedora, right? And of course, nowadays which we are most popular applications which is developed in a mobile phone. I'm talking about Android. So Android operating systems also a base of Linux operating system, and it also a network operating system. Last one, a Palm OS and Pocket PC, which is single user and multitasking operating system and graphical user interface too. There is a little bit tiny icons which we are seen in that mobile phone or a pocket PC. They are specially designed for PDA, which stands for a personal digital assistant. And this is also called mobile operating system. Next one is functions of an operating system. Functions of an operating system, which is performed by major functions by an operating system. Here is that memory management, process management, command interpretation, file management, security, and user interface. First one, we are talking about the process management. A computer system performs many tasks or open many programs at a same time on the computer. These features of multitasking and multi-programming, which is managed by the OS. The OS decides which process gets the processor and when, for how much time it to be taken to completing that Here, this is the internal structure of an operating system. We already know that the operating system is a main core component of a computer system. It includes the different type of components to perform different type of tasks. Here, there is all of the different type of components working on its own self. So first one is a basic structure of operating systems are known as the kernel. Here is it, kernel. It works at the bottom layer of an operating system. It is the main component of operating system, as it handles all the hardware devices which is available and connected to the computer system. The kernel actually performs the two major functions of device and memory management. It also does the CPU management and assign the processor to different processes. The kernel is the first component to be loaded in the memory when an operating system is loaded into the memory, and it remains in the memory till the time a computer is shut down. Next component are API, which is a very well-known components nowadays. Application programming interface is the second layer of an operating system after the kernel. They are the routines or small programs code that are required for the communications among the software application. APIs are available for all kind of different operating systems such as Windows or mobile OS. For example, a Windows API manages the communication between the local and remote application to facilitate the data transfer over a network. Next component are file system. This third layer of an operating system is responsible for managing all the files and folder which is created in a computer system. A file is a collection of related information which we are already knows, which is stored on the storage unit like our hard drive, CD, DVD, and pen drive, which is known as secondary storage devices. The file system components of operating system facilitates the task of creating, storing, and accessing the file in a computer. The file system is set off at the time of installing an operating system. These are a different type of file system that can be set up in a computer, such as FAT, NTFS, GFS, HFS, and the most common file system which is used in a Windows operating system, it is NTFS. So NTFS are the by default storage system components which is available nowadays. It's a standardization of the storage location. Next components are device driver. Device driver are the software programs that handle and manage all the devices which is attached to a computer system. They facilitates the communication between an operating system and a device. For example, a device driver for the printer guides the operating system about the file extension of a file which need to be printed along with exactly how to print it. First of all, it will be identified and verification for that extension. If you are going to print from the DOS operating DOS application like Microsoft Word, if you are going to print from the Excel, if you are going to print a PDF file. First of all, this driver identified that file or application, which type of file you have to be used to print. This is for the essential devices of a computer, which is device driver are the part of operating system and are inbuilt into it. These are installed automatically along with the operating system, whereas the device driver for additional device such as microphone, printers, etc. It may be required to be installed separately because it's a external devices. Next one is a type of operating system. Basically, there is a two type of operating systems available nowadays, which is known as GUI and CUI, which we already know about it. A GUI stands for graphical user interface and CUI stands for command user interface. The operating systems are available from the very first computer generation and they keep evolving with time. A different type of OS have been evolving till date. This can be classified according to the user interface which they support it, according to the number of users that support it, and various other parameters too. Like a CUI only perform in a single task operating system, and it's also working on a command prompt. So an operating system acts as a bridge of a user and a computer hardware. It provides an interface through which the user interact with the computer system and gives the instruction to it. CUI and GUI are the two type of user interface which is provided by operating system for user interaction with the computer system. Here is the first one about the CUI, which is stands for character user interface or also known as command line user interface. And as the name suggests, it's provide.
One second. Manya Jain.
So CUI stands for character user interface, and as the name suggests, it provides a character-based interface to interact with the computer. Here we can give only a type to text to give the command to the computer as in Microsoft DOS or command prompt. There are no image or graphics on the screen and it is a primitive type of interface. In the early days, this interface was used to operate the computer system. A black screen with white text was there for to providing the commands, and the mouse was not used in this operating system. All the commands were typed and entered through the keyboards only. A CUI have gradually becomes outdated as the more advanced GUI took their places. However, even the most modern computers have a modified version of CUI, which is called command line interface. And here is the some example of CUI are DOS, Unix, etc. Next, operating systems are known as GUI, which we are basically used, which is known as graphical user interface, which is pronounced as GU, stand for graphical user interface. It is the most popular and widely used interface in a computer system. This is an interface that makes a use of graphics, image, and icons. This interface made it possible for a mouse to be used with the computer, and interactions really become very easy as the user could interact with just a click of the mouse rather than typing every time to give the command to the computer system. So nowadays, Windows is the most common example of GUI based operating system. And there is some other examples too, like a Linux, Symbian, and Mac operating system. The best examples are which we are using in our computer system are Windows operating system, which is also known as UI. Next will be operating system, which is based on the number of users supported. An operating system can also be classified on the basis of the number of users it supported. It can be a single user OS that will only allow one user to log in, and can be a multi-user OS that will allow more than one user to log in it. So on the basis of the number of users supported, an operating system is classified into two type of categories: single user and multi-user operating system. In a single user operating system, as the name suggests, a single user supports only one user at a time. It provides the facilities to be used on the one computer by only one user. It provides a platform for only one user and let a single user which interact with the several program at a time. If another user need to access the computer or resources, he or she has to wait until the current user empathize the resources. As a single user operating system is used for a single user, so sometimes CPU is not utilized to its maximum functioning. It is a popularity of associated with the desktop OS, which run on the standalone system where no user account is required. Some example of this type of operating system are Microsoft DOS, Windows 95, Windows Networking Workstation, and Windows 2000 Professionals. Next one is multi-user operating system. As the name suggests, a multi-user operating system has been designed for more than one user to access the computer at the same time. And the multi-user OS allows the many different users to take advantages of the computer resources to access it simultaneously. It provides a regular access for the number of users by maintaining the databases of known users. They can access same file simultaneously. The multi-user OS are complex in comparison to the single user OS. Each user is provided with the terminal, and all these terminal in the sense the computer system, and all the terminals are connected to a main computer, which is known as the server. In a multi-user environment, it is very important to balance the requirements of the user, as the resources of the main computer are shared among the user. Some example of multi-user operating systems are mainframe OS, which is Unix, Linux, Windows, Vista, etc.